The Israel-Palestine conflict is a deeply entrenched and intricate issue that has witnessed. The consequences were dire. Israel vowed a resolute response, promising to make sure the invaders would remember their retaliation for generations to come. After clearing Hamas forces from affected areas within Israel, the country launched airstrikes on Gaza, targeting major military strongholds and infrastructure. Now, Israel is a strong ally of the United States and the entire Western world. In fact, it holds a unique status as one of the few nations officially recognized as a major non-NATO ally. An attack on Israel is not just a threat to its security, it's also considered an indirect attack on the United States. The historical backdrop of events like the 9/11 attacks has motivated the U.S. to take a resolute stance against threats like this. During the recent conflict, at least 9 Americans lost their lives, and there were reports of Americans being kidnapped. This increased American involvement in the situation, particularly with Iran siding with Hamas. To address this, President Joe Biden and U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced their support for Israel. This included the deployment of a significant naval presence, such as the USS Gerald Ford. Israel possesses considerable strength on land and in the air. However, its naval capabilities are not as robust. The country lacks an aircraft carrier. Aircraft carriers are the most imposing, expensive, and powerful military vessels globally. In a single deployment, they can accommodate a sizable complement of personnel, an entire fleet of aircraft, and enough firepower to exert control over vast areas. Notably, approximately a quarter of all aircraft carriers worldwide are owned by the United States. The USS Gerald Ford, the carrier en route to Israel, is often referred to as a supercarrier for a good reason. It holds the distinguished title of being the largest warship globally and is an unchallenged force in the maritime realm. It is also the lead ship of her class among the U.S. Navy's impressive fleet of aircraft carriers. It's a vessel with a notable namesake, honoring the 38th President of the United States, Gerald Ford. What makes this tribute even more remarkable is the fact that President Ford had a distinguished naval service record during World War II, including combat duty aboard the light aircraft carrier Monterey in the Pacific Theater. The story of the Ford's construction and development is quite a journey in itself. In September 2008, the U.S. Navy signed a significant $5.1 billion contract with Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding, headquartered in Newport News, Virginia, to design and build this exceptional carrier. The construction efforts had, in fact, already begun in 2005 under a $2.7 billion contract. The ship took shape at the Huntington Ingalls shipbuilding facilities, formerly known as Northrop Grumman Newport News Shipbuilding, which employs a substantial workforce of 19,000 individuals. The warship is capable of carrying a wide array of advanced military aircraft. Among its formidable air wing are cutting-edge fighters like the F-35 and F-18, electronic attack aircraft, helicopters, and unmanned aerial vehicles. Notably, it can also recover and launch short takeoff and vertical landing aircraft used by the United States Marine Corps. What's particularly fascinating about the USS Gerald R. Ford is that it marks a significant milestone in American naval history. It is the first entirely new carrier design in over 4 decades since the USS Nimitz, or CVN-68, entered service on May 3, 1975. The Ford-class carriers, of which the Gerald R. Ford is the precursor, are poised to be a phased replacement for the renowned Nimitz-class carriers. The ambitious plan includes the construction of as many as 10 vessels, potentially more, over time. This strategic investment comes at a considerable cost, with the Navy allocating a budget of $43 billion for developing and building the 3 authorized Ford-class carriers, including the Ford herself, the future USS John F. Kennedy, or CVN-79, and the future USS Enterprise, or CVN-80. Furthermore, additional vessels are likely to be authorized in the future. The range of enhancements that promise to significantly improve the quality of life for the sailors serving on board, while also reducing maintenance costs for the Navy, is among what sets the Ford class apart. They introduce improved survivability measures and aim to reduce both manpower and maintenance requirements. The Navy has projected substantial savings, estimating a $4 billion reduction in total ownership costs over the ship's service life. These are indeed significant improvements. The Ford-class carriers have also undergone interior reconfigurations, which are instrumental in restoring weight and stability margins. This transformation, while maintaining a similar displacement of roughly 100,000 tons compared to the Nimitz class, enhances the vessel's seaworthiness. In the words of one officer, the Ford is notably sportier than its Nimitz-class counterparts thanks to its prodigious horsepower and revamped interior design. Powering this technological marvel are next-generation A-1B nuclear reactors, produced by Bechtel Marine Propulsion Corporation. These advanced reactors build on the legacy of the A-4W nuclear reactor series, which provided propulsion for the Nimitz-class carriers. The USS Gerald R. Ford boasts an exceptional propulsion system, the reactor, which propels the vessel to remarkable speeds, comfortably exceeding 30 knots under ideal conditions. What truly sets this carrier apart is the nuclear nature of its design. This nuclear power source provides the Ford with virtually unlimited travel range, allowing it to reach any part of the world where a connected body of water exists. The reactors have an impressive service life of approximately 20 to 25 years, ensuring long-term operational capability. In terms of its structure, the aircraft carrier follows a design akin to the current Nimitz-class carriers. It maintains the same number of decks, ensuring continuity in operational principles. However, there are significant deviations. The island, a vital component of the carrier structure, has been made smaller and positioned further toward the aft of the ship. This modification is part of the ongoing effort to optimize the carrier's design. Moreover, the Ford features a composite mast, equipped with planar array radars that operate at S-band, ensuring efficient volume search radar capabilities. It also houses a multifunction radar with X-band capabilities, offering enhanced operational flexibility. The carrier carries a stern-facing joint precision approach and landing system, JPLs, which relies on the Local Area Differential Global Positioning System, or GPS, instead of radar. This system streamlines the aircraft landing process and represents a notable technological advancement. Traditionally, the aircraft carrier serves as the flag officer's home, accommodating around 70 staff members of the carrier battle group. However, an innovative change was introduced in the design of the Ford. The flag bridge, previously located within the carrier's island, was relocated to a lower deck. This alteration was made to minimize the size of the island, further optimizing the carrier's structural configuration. Beyond these structural changes, the lower decks of the Ford exhibit a flexible and rapidly reconfigurable layout. This layout allows for different arrangements and facilitates the installation of new equipment in various areas dedicated to command, planning, and administration. It's a testament to the carrier's adaptability in evolving operational scenarios. The USS Gerald R. Ford is not just a technological marvel in its design, it also boasts impressive defenses. Its defense network is comprehensive and includes an advanced array of RIM-162 evolved Sea Sparrow surface-to-air missiles, a rolling airframe missile or RAM installation, and a digital close-in weapon system. These components serve as the primary defense against inbound enemy aircraft, missiles, surface threats, and undersea threats. The vessel is also equipped with the AN/SPY-3 radar suite, providing active search and tracking capabilities. Communication, search, and tracking are seamlessly managed through a composite mast situated atop the island. This advanced communication system ensures the carrier remains in constant coordination with its support fleet, making it a formidable force in any scenario. However, the true heart and soul of the USS Gerald R. Ford is its air wing. This dynamic and versatile air wing includes modern and advanced fighters, strike aircraft, special mission aircraft, transport planes, and helicopters. With the capacity to carry up to 90 aircraft, Ford's air wing is truly unmatched. It includes the cutting-edge F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, the F-A-18EF Super Hornet, the E-2D Advanced Hawkeye, the EA-18G Growler Electronic Attack Aircraft, MH-60R Seahawk helicopters, as well as a range of unmanned air and combat vehicles. The carrier's air wing is designed to meet demanding operational requirements, with the capacity to handle up to 160 sorties a day and surge to a maximum of 220 sorties a day during times of crisis and intense air warfare activity. The flight deck of the USS Gerald R. Ford has undergone some noteworthy changes and innovations that enhance its operational capabilities. These improvements represent another leap forward in naval engineering and aircraft carrier design. One of the most striking modifications is the relocation of the island, which is now smaller in size compared to previous carriers. Additionally, there are 3, rather than the traditional 4, decades elevators on the flight deck. These elevators play a crucial role in transporting aircraft between the flight deck and the hangar below. The restructuring of these elements optimizes the flight deck's layout and maximizes its utility. Deck extensions have been added to increase the aircraft parking areas. These extensions provide ample space for the carrier's diverse air wing, comprising fighters, strike aircraft, special mission aircraft, transports, and helicopters. These extended areas facilitate efficient aircraft movement and operations on the flight deck. One of the most significant technological advancements on the USS Gerald R. Ford is the replacement of traditional steam catapults with the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, or EMALS. This innovation revolutionizes the process of launching aircraft from the carrier. EMALS eliminates the need to generate and store steam, which is a complex and space-consuming operation. The change not only streamlines aircraft launch operations, but also frees up considerable space below deck. The result is a carrier that can achieve 25% more aircraft launches per day than its predecessors in the Nimitz class. Additionally, EMALS significantly reduces the crew requirement for aircraft launches, enhancing operational efficiency. Aircraft service stations have been strategically located near the 18 refueling and rearming stops on the flight deck. These stations ensure that aircraft can be quickly and efficiently prepared for their next missions. The flow of weapons to the aircraft stops on the flight deck has been upgraded to accommodate the higher sortie rates that the carrier can now handle. The ship carries a variety of ordnance, including missiles, cannon rounds, bombs, air-to-surface missiles, torpedoes, and depth charges. These weapons are essential for the carrier's air wing to carry out a wide range of missions, from air defense to strike operations and anti-submarine warfare. The carrier features advanced aircraft weapons elevators that facilitate the movement of weapons systems from the magazines to the weapons handling and assembly areas on the two-level deck below the flight deck. These express weapons elevators are a critical component of the carrier's capability to quickly rearm and refuel its aircraft, enabling swift turnaround between sorties. However, one major challenge in designing the USS Gerald R. Ford was meeting the increased power demands of the carrier's advanced systems. The EMALS requires significant electrical power, and it must also be prepared for future technologies like directed energy weapons. To meet these power requirements, the U.S. Navy outlined a need for a minimum increase of 150% in the carrier's power generation capacity compared to the Nimitz-class carriers. This enhanced power capacity ensures that the carrier can effectively operate its advanced systems and remain adaptable to future technological advancements throughout its 50-year lifespan. In terms of sensor technology, Raytheon was contracted to supply a version of the dual-band radar, originally developed for the Zumwalt-class destroyer, for installation on the Gerald R. Ford. This radar system, known as DVR, combines X-band and S-band phased arrays. These advanced radar systems play a pivotal role in the carrier's situational awareness and defense capabilities. Finally, Northrop Grumman is developing an advanced nuclear propulsion system for the USS Gerald R. Ford. This system includes 2 reactors, 4 shafts, and a zonal electrical power distribution system. It forms the core of the carrier's power generation and propulsion capabilities, allowing the vessel to operate efficiently and meet the demands of its advanced systems. The Gerald Ford boasts a remarkable 50-year lifespan, thanks in part to its nuclear power plants, designed to operate for up to 20 years without refueling. Advanced weapon elevators facilitate the swift movement of ordnance from magazines to aircraft, enhancing the carrier's combat readiness. Another of the carrier's standout features is its advanced launch and arrest systems. These include an electromagnetic launch system, which catapults both manned and unmanned aircraft off the deck efficiently, and an arresting gear system that safely stops these aircraft during landings. These systems significantly increase sortie rates, allowing more aircraft to take off from and land on the carrier in the shortest possible time, setting it apart from carriers without such technology. Interestingly, China, with the second highest number of aircraft carriers globally, has also integrated similar launch and arrest systems on its latest carrier, the Type 003. While these capabilities position the USS Ford for sea dominance, it's worth noting that Israel, lacking an aircraft carrier, has its unique naval strength in the form of the INS Dragoon. This soon-to-be-commissioned submarine boasts impressive technology, strategies, and weaponry that ensure Israel's dominance at sea. The INS Dragoon, a diesel-electric attack submarine, measures approximately 33 meters in length and has a displacement of 2,400 tons when fully submerged, making it the heaviest in the Israeli Navy. With a diesel-electric propulsion system and an air-independent propulsion or AIP system, it can reach a maximum speed of 25 knots and cover a range of 2,800 miles, allowing for extended underwater missions. The AIP system is particularly advantageous as it enables the submarine to remain submerged stealthily for an extended duration, enhancing its effectiveness. Equipped with torpedo tubes and vertical launch tubes, this submarine can launch a variety of torpedoes and missiles, including the UGM-84 Sea Harpoon anti-ship missiles, Triton anti-helicopter missiles, and the potent Popey turbofan-powered submarine-launched cruise missile. The Popey turbo missiles, believed to be armed with a 200-kiloton nuclear warhead, provide Israel with a second strike capability as part of its undisclosed nuclear arsenal. This submarine serves as Israel's response to maritime-based threats, emphasizing its importance in safeguarding national security. In light of the recent escalation in the long-standing conflict between Israel and Hamas, the USS Gerald Ford, with its armada of escorts, plays a crucial role in securing the seas. With this comprehensive naval and aerial support, Israel is making a resolute effort to secure all domains, land, air, and sea, as the situation takes a dark turn into uncharted waters. Ultimately, the deployment of the Gerald Ford aircraft carrier is a strong signal that the United States is prepared to respond to a wide range of challenges, from intercepting weapons headed to organizations like Hamas to conducting surveillance. The carrier strike force elements, with their unparalleled capabilities, represent a significant asset in maintaining stability and security, not just in the region, but also on a global scale. It serves as a symbol of the United States' dedication to ensuring peace and security for its allies in a complex and ever-changing world. Thanks for watching. While you're still here, click on the link appearing on your screen to watch another of our interesting videos. See you there.